It's the Eagle Community Television Forum with your host, Gary Shorman.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Forum on Eagle Community Television. I'm Gary Shorman, and our guest is Monica Legleiter, and Monica is a volunteer coordinator, actually volunteer support coordinator for the Girl Scouts. And Monica, tell me, first off, you started Girl Scouts when?
Well, when I was probably in the second grade, and have been active through most of my, all of my youth, and then again as an adult once my daughter hit kindergarten.
Well, it was fun talking to you before the program, because when you talk about people who are engaged in things that they really enjoy, programs they really enjoy, you obviously enjoy Girl Scouts.
Got the green blood, I guess. It's a wonderful organization. It's a great place to raise your daughter and teach them life skills that they don't normally get in that school setting.
Well, one of the things I know when you have these kind of programs, people that don't have somebody involved get a ways away from it. What do Girl Scouts do today?
Well, based on past history, we've had the cookies, camping, and crafts has been what we've been known for.
I'm good with the cookies part of it. That's the part I handle the best right there. So we do that in crafts. What's involved with the craft side of it?
Well, we've kind of moved from those 3 C's into courage, confidence, and character. So while we're still known for those 3 things, we like to instill those values in girls to be courageous, to be confident in who they are, and to also then have, define who they are as a human being.
One of the things you mentioned was confidence. How do you coach that, and what do you do to teach young ladies confidence?
Okay, it's through the programs that we use. We've got Girl Scout journeys. There are 3 different journeys that we take a girl on. One is to instill the way that they can give back to the world. We like to also take them on another journey for environmentally, how can they help the environment? And then the last one that we use is for who am I and what do I want to be when I grow up, and how can I make a difference in the environment and the world that I live in? And so our leaders and our volunteers, through those 3 journeys, help instill that confidence and character and courage in those girls.
Well, it's interesting, because that is certainly very needed in today's world. And you mentioned the volunteer aspect, because when I look down here it says Girl Scout Volunteer Support, and that's what you're in charge of. Where do you look for your volunteers, and what do you ask from them?
Well, generally the volunteer pool in Northwest Kansas has been parents generally of the girls that are registered within the Girl Scout program. However, that is not the way that, that's not the only way that we can get volunteers. We do like to reach out to college students. We, have talked to senior groups to see if we can get some grandmas that maybe want to come and be a part of a Girl Scout. They've been Girl Scouts previously, and now they're ready to give back to the community. We're always in seek of volunteers from any pool. Any generation is welcome and willing, and we do take men, Gary.
We can, and so that's out there for me and you. Good question, because I asked about whether it's too late for me to be involved in Girl Scouts, and you said no, and that's the answer right there, isn't it?
Right, it is.
So when you talk about that, and when you say people come in, do they talk to the groups as a group, or is it kind of a one-on-one thing where you work with the kids?
The most traditional way to do Girl Scouting is in a troop setting, and in order to have a Girl Scout troop, we have to have 2 leadership deep, so it does require 2 volunteers to deliver the Girl Scout program. And then in addition to that, we have opportunities for volunteers to come in and do just program. We might have, for instance, here in Hayes, we do a girls' night at the mall, and sometimes we're looking for volunteers that'll just come in and work with the girls for an hour or 2 on delivering a program. A lot of times we have businesses that will, be volunteer mentors for the girls. I believe that Eagle Radio or Eagle Communications is actually one of our program on demand organizations. So troop leaders can then contact Eagle and say, we're going to be in town on Saturday and we'd like to do Girl Scout programming with you, and they'll come out here to your facility and then you'd help deliver that program.
Well, we'd be happy to do that here, and personally I do work for cookies. So, I mean, you
Even
guys
better
have
yet.
both sides of that. So, hey, that would be great. Is it hard to get a girl to come out, Girl Scouts? Because there's so many things for young people, young ladies to be involved with. Is it hard to get them to be a part of Girl Scouts?
Girl Scouts generally, we're really deep on our daisies, which are kindergarten and first grade, and then we go on to brownies all the way up through high school. With all of the different extracurricular activities that the girls get to choose from these days, we do tend to see our membership kind of drop off at the 6th grade level. However, that is really when it starts to get fun in Girl Scout world, because we have a lot of older girl awards that they can aim for that will then help them with their scholarship, college careers, things like that. But generally it's the elementary age that we're able to get those girls. It is tough. It is tough to get girls, but we're a great organization, and we really want to remind parents and remind girls that Girl Scouts is a great place to be, and we want girls to come and find out what we have to offer.
We're going to come back and talk about the number of kids that are involved in Kansas and Girl Scouts, and kind of the area that you cover is no small area. When we come back, our guest is Monica Legleiter with the Girl Scouts. Back with more after this.
It's a beautiful day in our super high-speed internet great customer service neighborhood. Like you, this is where we live. In fact, our company is employee-owned, so it's our goal to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community by delivering faster, more reliable internet, clearer, more feature-laden phone service, quality TV channels, all with the level of customer service you'd expect from people who are your neighbors. Eagle Communications. Our community connected.
Welcome back to the second half of our forum program here on Eagle Community Television. Our guest is Monica Legleiter, and she is with the Girl Scouts. If you have any questions, comments, ideas for future programs, you can let me know. Send me a note at gary.shorman@eaglecom.net. You can also chase us down on Facebook under ECTV Forum. Click it there and you can be our friend. Again, our guest is Monica Legleiter. She's with the Girl Scouts. She's heading up their volunteer support division. But Monica, when we went into the break, we talked about the Girl Scouts from around the area. You guys in the Northwest Kansas part of the Heartland Association cover a big area out here.
Yes, we cover 22 counties in the Northwest region, all the way from Barton County up to Phillips County over to Cheyenne and Sherman, Wallace.
You know, I noticed a lot of the programs are engaged in schools and all that, and they have some after-school programs. Is that somewhat similar across, even when you get into the smaller communities, where the smaller schools?
Well, what we're attempting to do and working to do about now these days is community-based program for those parents that cannot put that girl in that traditional Girl Scout troop meeting that meets every other week. Parents are busy, and so we have an opportunity for them to put the girls in community-based program, which is oftentimes an after-school program. We have several of those that we have started here in the Hayes area.
My guess is the strength of having your daughter, somebody from your family engaged, is it goes back to those things that you have, developing confidence in those things and having that extra thing, because they don't teach that in schools.
Right, the life skills, how to cook lunch and how to iron your clothes, and those are kind of things that sometimes get lost, and we have badges that work through those categories.
It sometimes seems like, especially the younger group, if there's an app for something, you get on your phone and you have an app for about everything except for how to cook, how to clean, and some of these other things, that it really is a life skill thing of being a part of. And then the confidence that goes in behind making it happen. Cookies, we talked about it before, and they're one of my favorites. What's coming up with the cookie part of the process?
Well, the cookie program, and we call it a program, it's more than a fundraiser. A lot of people think that it's just a fundraiser and for the girls to get little extra prizes and things like that. But the Girl Scout Cookie is a program, and we have 5 different skills that go along with that. And one of the key components of that is financial literacy. And so they're learning entrepreneurship, they're learning that how to, make change, how to approach people, things like that. There's a whole business behind the cookie. It's not just a fundraiser. And our annual cookie program will actually kick off February. February 13th will be the beginning day of the cookie sale. And we have, like I say, lots of things leading up to that. We do have our volunteers train before we allow them to, just send the girls out to your door. So the volunteers are trained, and then we have the volunteers go out and train the girls and the parents. And then on February 13th, they'll be knocking on doors, and you'll see them in booths in front of businesses.
Monica, does it take a lot of volunteers?
It takes a lot of volunteers.
But how many volunteers does it take to run that program?
You're asking me a question I don't know.
It's a hard one. I know there's 15,000 Girl Scouts involved in the Heartland group. And when you take a look at that, that's a lot of numbers. Now, that's the whole western, I think, 80 counties in the state.
Right.
But being able to help those girls get out, do the support, and I appreciate that work that you do to find them, because that's what you have to find. And do parents do a lot of that? You mentioned sometimes you get other business people involved and other people involved. Are they excited to be a part, or do you have to go out and recruit people to do this?
Well, in today's society, it's more difficult to get a volunteer than it used to be. I mean, it used to be that was, you had Girl Scouts, and that was just what moms did, is they signed up to be a volunteer with Girl Scouting. Today, moms and dads are being pulled in many different directions, and when you're in the small communities, you've got a handful of people that are the volunteers for everything. So they're on every board, and they're coaching, and they're Girl Scout leaders and Boy Scout leaders and things like that. So it is more difficult today to get volunteers in the Girl Scout program, but the ones that we do have are phenomenal and amazing, and we go out and we train them. We give them the tools that they need so that they can then go out and work with the girls and deliver the program that we want them to deliver.
If somebody wants to, they're watching the program right now, and they want to become a volunteer with the Girl Scouts and help, where do they go?
Well, we have a couple of different ways you can do that. You go to our website, which is kansasgirlscouts.org. And you just click on the Volunteer Now button, and it will give you, some other steps that you can go to go ahead and register. And we do screen our volunteers as well. The other way you can do is to just give our office a phone call here at Hayes at 785-625-5671.
Both are neat ways. If you're deciding how want to volunteer, want to help a young lady, go online, click that button, and then and then you'll contact them back and go through the screening process. What a way to make a big difference in not only your community, but your world. Monica, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
And I look forward to the cookies coming out in February.
We'll be by.
Monica Legleiter is our guest. She's with the Girl Scouts here in the Northwest Kansas region of the Heartland Girl Scouts. Thanks for watching our program. The program is brought to you by Hayes Med and by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Hayes Med is your first and best choice for healthcare. They're the only facility providing tertiary level services in this region. With more than 70 physicians and 26 specialties ranging from heart, orthopedic, spine care, cancer, obstetrics and gynecology, wound care, rehabilitation and surgery, including the Da Vinci robotic surgery, Hayes Med is your comprehensive health provider for people throughout Western Kansas. Hayes Med, helping people be healthy.